Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back. This update isn't just a few tweaks or quiet fixes in the background. It actually shakes up how the game feels, how it plays, and how movement and combat flow across matches. You can feel right away that Respawn wanted this patch to feel energetic and different, especially with the seasonal content layered on top of some pretty meaningful balance changes. One of the first things you're going to notice when you load into Apex Legends is the Winter Wipeout event. This isn't just a cosmetic event slapped onto the side of the game. It actually introduces new gameplay elements that change how fights unfold. The biggest addition here is hoverboards, and yes, they're as wild as they sound. These aren't just flashy toys for movement clips, they're fully integrated mechanics with double jumps, wall riding, boosted landings, and even offensive options where you can slam into enemies if you build up enough speed. They also interact with Evo shields, so skilled movement can actually help you level up faster. There's risk involved too, because the boards can be destroyed if you take too much damage, which keeps them from feeling overpowered and forces smart decision-making. The update also leans heavily into wildcards, adding new ones and bringing back fan favorites. Some of the new modifiers change how combat feels entirely, like increased headshot damage paired with strong slowing effects, or healing items that partially benefit teammates nearby. These are the kinds of changes that make each match feel different without completely rewriting the rules. And if you're someone who enjoys adapting on the fly, this update really leans into that playstyle. Legend balance is another major part of this patch, and a few characters got some serious attention. Octane in particular feels refreshed, with improvements to his passive healing and expanded options tied to his stim and jump pad. He leans even harder into high-risk, high-reward movement now, especially with new upgrade paths that reward aggressive players who know how to control momentum. Crypto also saw some meaningful upgrades, and this might be one of his strongest states yet. His drone is more flexible, scans last longer, and it can even interact with Evo harvesters. Being able to stay effective while on zip lines makes him far less vulnerable, and the added stealth utility gives him more survivability without turning him into a pure combat legend. Newcastle got quality of life improvements that make him feel smoother and less punishing to reposition with, which is huge for a defensive legend that often needs to move under pressure. Other legends like Revenant received smaller tweaks that smooth out ability timing and reduce awkward moments during fights. Nothing here feels random. It all feels targeted toward making Legends feel more consistent and rewarding when played correctly. Weapon changes are another big talking point, and you're probably going to feel these almost immediately. Assault rifles receive noticeable damage increases, which shifts mid-range fights to feel more decisive. SMGs are more responsive, especially burst-focused ones, and some energy weapons now feel more forgiving thanks to projectile adjustments. Even shotguns like the Mozambique benefit from better close-range reliability, which helps newer players while still rewarding accuracy. These changes subtly shift the meta without completely flipping it upside down, and that's usually where Apex Legends is at its best. Map updates also play a role here, especially on Olympus. Loot distribution feels smoother, rotations are more flexible thanks to added zip lines, and performance improvements help everything feel cleaner overall. These aren't dramatic visual overhauls, but they absolutely affect pacing and how often squads collide during rotations, which matters a lot in ranked and competitive play. Game modes and rotations also get some love, with mixtape playlists featuring familiar locations and a mix of TDM, Control, and Gun Run. Combined with the wildcard variations, there's a lot of replay value packed into this update, especially if you like switching between casual chaos and more structured modes. On top of all that, there's a long list of quality of life improvements and bug fixes that clean up audio issues, ability inconsistencies, and a handful of visual glitches that have been around longer than they should have been.